She got that goodness, baby. I wonder how much of the ladies out here got the goodies. I wonder how many of you here got the goodies. Yo, pick it up at the private store. Or go on, Unstoppable family. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Blessings of a flow like a river. Yes, tonight is one of those nights where we believe that the blessings should flow like a river. You understand? So if you are here tonight and you feel blessed, then that's a good feeling to have, because you don't know, so you're supposed to feel blessed, you're supposed to feel happy, you're supposed to feel wonderful. You understand what you want to have letting about ask my husband. Hey, uno unruly, you know. Uno unruly, you know. Navlet about ask my husband. But yes, people, tonight is one of those nights. If you are alive and well, if you are here and able to be watching and listening to the sounds of my voice, then you are blessed. So you have to be, grateful. You have to be thankful. You have to feel like you have a reason to be thankful, right? Not even feel like. You do have a reason to be thankful, because you're here. You can hear me. You can see me. And tonight you're going to feel the energy and the vibes of this stream, of this show tonight. So welcome to every single person that is here for another awesome conversation. If you are here for the very first time, welcome. And share out the stream to your mother, your granny, your auntie, your uncle, your sister, your niece, your cousin, every single person, and tell them, say, Unstoppable is here and it's time for the show. All right, what I want you to do right now, people, is click that like button as well. All right, and make we get the show started. Now we have the caller on the line tonight. And you know, as usual already, we say at all times remain respectful to the caller and to each other in the chat as well, because we deal with respect over here, sir. And if you're going to be watching this after the live show has ended, in the comment section, still remain respectful to the caller and to each other in the comment section as well. Because one thing we not do over here, so we not tolerate disrespect, we not tolerate name calling, we not tolerate nothing like that. You will be blocked from this channel permanently if you decide to call somebody name like idiot, fool, stupid, dummy, whatever, anything like that, you will be blocked. However, we welcome your opinions, but in a respectful way. All right? With that said, good night, caller. How are you?
I'm good, Unstoppable. It's
Thank
great
you.
to be on your show tonight.
It is great
And
to
I just
have you.
want to and I just want to say good evening to all your listeners out there all
Mm-hmm.
over the world listening to your show. So I'm just gonna say a little about myself and what goes on in a couple of years back in my life, like 6 years ago, around about that time it happened. So I was born and raised in Jamaica, and I went to a permanent Catholic school. And over the years of growing up, we did very well back home, but most of my families migrated in different countries. Some of them is in Canada, some in the US, and some of them do go like small islands and stuff like that. My father was from Cuba, so they have another set of family from my father from that part of the world. All right. I grew up, and when you get big, you have adventures and challenges that you want to do in your life. So after I finished school, and I have some kids of my own. I have a mother of three. So I wanted was to do more for them. I didn't want to just hang around and wait for support from their fathers, we never lived together with my kids' father back home in where I'm from in Jamaica. So I came to a decision, and I speak to my parents if they could watch my children for me. And I said I'm gonna try life a different way, where I'm gonna go travel. I wanna get my documents together and go travel. So I went, and I got an opportunity, and I went to travel. I went on the cruise ship, and I got the job. And I've do all the necessaries, and I got through, and I started traveling on the cruise. And then I finished a couple of contracts working with the cruise, and I came back and visit my kids and my parents and stuff. And then I went back to the embassy, and I got the other visa where I could come and spend more time in on the soil in America. So I have brothers and sisters also in the States. So I used to spend back and forth when I'm not on the cruise. I visit the kids, and I come back. I came on America to visit the other family in America. So I get to like it in America. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna go back on the cruise ship. I'm gonna just come and hang out with my brothers and sister, and then try a life here. And by doing so, I have to go change my status. But before I did that, I was just doing some little work here and there because I could still get job off the books. And I used to get some jobs and stuff. So I was doing pretty well for myself working like that. And like a year after overstayed the visa, I started saying, you know what, I need to try to get my stuff together so I could get better work and go to school and all that. So I went and start meeting people, and then I meet this guy not too far from where I was living at the time, where I was staying with my sister. And I met this guy, and we started dating. I always tell myself, if I'm gonna go to a foreign country, I want to date somebody who could help me with my documents. I'm not gonna just come and play with a man, and he's not gonna do nothing for me. So that was my main reason why I kind of stick to this guy, because I know what his position was. He could have done something to help me. All right. And he was pretty understanding, and he said, well, he wants somebody in his life right now. It's not gonna be like a joking thing or just for a favor to grant me. We wanted us to be together because we were showing that genuine type of feeling for each other, which is like he said what I want to hear, and it's like I was just thinking about, all right, since I don't have no man here, I don't have no obstacle in my way, and we could start a life together. This is what I'm looking for. All right. So I started doing my little jobs here and there, and then it turned out to be another year and a half. We decided, and we said we're gonna go get married because we were dating more often then. And then I couldn't carry no man into my sister's house because I was just staying with her under the circumstance until I get myself together. So I used to go by his place, and when I'm not at his place, I went to work. All right. And I used to do sleeping jobs. And I come home on the weekends. And at that time, we get to know each other more and more. Okay. And it goes on where we make a decision and say, okay, gonna get married. And we did get married a year and a half after I met him. We went to the courthouse and we did it. I have an ex-police friend from Jamaica that I met here, and he was one of the person came as a witness, and because I have to carry two witnesses to the courthouse, and he also come with another friend from Trinidad as a witness also, because like you live in a neighborhood that you know people, so you tell that person, okay, let's go together, we're gonna do this on that particular day. So when we get that sorted out now, the day when we were going, we went down to the city all like 7 o'clock in the morning, because it was like a week where the next day gonna be a holiday. So we said we want to get there early so that we could beat the rush. All right. When we get to City Hall, um, I pay for the registration certificate the day before. It came back the following day, and we're gonna go in early to get married. The line was so long because it was a lot of people waiting in line to do their thing also for that day. I didn't have a bouquet, so I asked him was to go get a bouquet for me. And because I already paid the transportation to get there. So he went and get a bouquet outside, because you have guys on the street selling bouquets, you have photographic, you have everything you need down there. So if you're not prepared, you could just pay somebody to go do what they need to do out there. So he went outside and he get a bouquet. because we have to do photograph and stuff because we're gonna need all of that in the future. All right. So when he come back in with a flower, he murmuring. So it's like, what you murmuring? What's happening outside? Nothing. He said nothing. So I said, nothing. Then what you murmuring? He was talking about, oh, look at this little bouquet and look how much it costs. I said, how much it costs? Okay, he told me $30. I said, $30. This is what it is. People need this at their last minute. So they're gonna put on a little price. If we know it was that expensive, then we could buy it somewhere else. But it's just a bunch of flowers. Actually, I wouldn't matter if it was $30 or $50. I would have paid for it, but I just wasn't thinking at the time to get it prepared. So when I reached there, automatically I see other ladies with their bouquet, and then I said, "Oh my goodness, I don't have a bouquet to put in my photograph." So he went outside and get the bouquet. So that's the reason why he paid for the bouquet. All right, he got the bouquet and he come in and he murmuring about the price of the bouquet. And I keep like ignoring the fact that he murmuring about the bouquet because I said, you know what? We down here, we have this to take care of, and people is there, and I don't want to lose it over one bouquet. So we did it. They call you wait until your name has been called, and when the name has been called, they tell you what room you're gonna go and go do it with the clergy. And the clergy repeat the vows, and then the witness and everybody is there, and you just say the vows and just say I do, and then you finish. That's it. You go outside, you get your certificate, and you're done. All right, we'll do the photographs because there's a photograph area, and also outside you have a garden where you could do other shots to make your photograph more appropriate. All right. So by the time we do that, in murmuring, oh, you know, I'm so mad about this flower. Look at this little bottle of flower they're selling for so much money. So it's like I get so vexed knowing at this point in time, at this day, on a day that you want to remember, this is what you're grumbling over, a little bouquet of flowers. So what if you spend $30 for a bouquet of flowers? That was what I said. Oh, he take his $30 and buy a bouquet, and he wants his money to go to tomorrow to work to go buy chicken and plantains for lunch. That's a chicken and plantains. You're thinking about your belly on a day that we're supposed to get married and have a good memory. And I guess so I said, okay, since you're worried about your chicken and your plantain, take this damn flower and go throw it somewhere or give it back or sell it back to get your money to buy chicken and plantains. Because I spend more compared to what he spends. He complained about a little flower that he spent $30 on. And that was like on the day like that, chicken and plantain, that was what he's interested in. And I was so upset. It's like I just get angry because of that on that special day. Because instead of it is a special day, it becomes not a special day because his mind were so small and looking in that direction, murmuring about $30. Imagine, I was the one who paid for the certificate, and there was something else that I paid for. Pay the service fee because you have to pay for the certificate plus you have to pay the service fee to get married. Okay, I did all of that, and he murmuring over that. Long story short, we came home for the day. Or two friends that came along with us to do the witness, they were marveled. They said, "What happened?" And I'm talking about he cussing about the price of the flowers. And then the Trinidadian lady, she was saying to me, where did you put the flowers? I said, I threw that flowers, because his chicken and plantain worth more to him. So I just threw that flower. I'm not going to take it home. So I threw the flowers because I'll get upset. And I threw the flowers in the garbage. And I don't even pay attention which garbage I fling it in, but I just fling it in some garbage and said, since you're interested in your chicken and plantain, boom, I fling the flowers in the garbage. And I get home that day in the evening now. He said, oh, you're going to look about to go to work. I said, okay, go look about to get to work. I come home, and I come home not feeling well, even though I did the marriage and everything for the day. So like I didn't put in the documents at the same time. I gave it a little breathing space. But we were living together. Then I went and lived with him because I told my sister this was a situation. I'm gonna go by his place until I get a place that suits me because I didn't really too like his place because he was sharing with his sister. All right. So he was sharing with his sister and she have two kids and he was in his room. Okay, so it's like a three-bedroom. He share one, she has one, and her two kids in the other one. So it's like I went and stayed there for a little bit of time until we could get somewhere for ourselves. But during the time I was staying there, I didn't really enjoy being there much because I find she too nosy. One at the time I said to him, "Where is our kid's father?" They were somewhere else. He was somewhere else. So it's like I think to me, she was too much in our business, and I never liked that. Okay, I went and I work and I sleep in job at the time, and I save up my money and still gonna get a nice place. And I get a nice place very fast because I wanted to be out of there where I could have more space for myself and more control of my business and my life. All right, fine. So he came when I find a nice apartment and he come and said, all right, we're gonna do this thing together because we want it to be real and everything we're doing together as a couple. And I asked him if he could help my kids to come here also because since he's gonna help me, I have children who are underage and it will be very easy for them to come. So I was the one working. My hours at that first job before I married, it was just Mondays to Friday, and I was off. Okay. When I change, when I change and move on the apartment that I got for my own now, and he came in, I was looking to go do a course, and I do a course and did my HHA and my CNA at the time. I do those courses and then I started doing little jobs here and there to build up my skills in it. All right. Then I put in the documents and I get my work authorization card so I could get to work on the books now. So I start working in this nursing home and then I use my CNA certificate and I start working as a CNA in that nursing home. I was doing the morning shift from 7 to 3. And when I did that job, I did it until I got my more experience. And then I put in for a night job somewhere else. So when I finished that location, 7 to 3, I would go home and I take a quick shower and just get myself together. And I go to the second job in the evening. And I would do like 7 hours in the night. Okay. So I still have a little bit of time home, but not a lot. By the time I put in my head, I have to get up and go to the other job. So basically, that becomes 2 jobs now. Then I hear about this other location that need a weekend person, 8 hours for Saturday, 8 hours for Sunday, and I took it. So then my workload become extra now because I'm doing 2 jobs and one on Mondays to Friday, and a Saturday and Sunday I do a weekend gig for 8 hours Saturday and 8 hours on Sunday.
All right,
So
Carla.
basically,
Just let me stick a pin for a minute. I want to ask you a question, but let me just give a few shout outs for a quick second, just a quick break. All right, firstly, I want to say welcome to all the newbies to the stream. Thank you for coming over to Unstoppable Live if this is your very first time here. And regulars, you know the usual. Once they are new, welcoming the newcomers. All right. And also, I want to say thank you to every single person that has contributed via Super Chat. I'm trying to do it differently. Instead of every time someone Super Chats, I stop the caller and, say thank you. Instead, I will take, a break every now and then and just shout out everyone for the contribution. So far, Sophia James, thanks a lot. Colleen Henley, thanks a lot. TR, thank you for the super chat. And Derek Williams, thank you so much. Lisa Unstoppable, thank you. And Darlene Riley, thank you for the super chat contribution. Totally appreciate you supporting the stream. All right. Now, Carla, what I want to ask you is this. Now, I understand that you said you wouldn't want to get involved with any man unless that person could actually help to propel you forward if you're going to get involved with someone in the States. I understand that much, right? Now, your relationship with this person, it wouldn't seem as if he was much of a help to you, though, from what I've heard so far, right? Was he actually contributing to you any financially while you were there in this marriage with him?
His financial help was very small comparing to what I was doing, because he used to complain about he's not making a lot. He don't work a lot of hours. So basically, he didn't come in with enough to put on the table. So I work more hours, and I make myself very busy where I could finance myself, take care of my children at the same time, because I know they were depending on me. So my first priority was to do extra jobs, because I didn't want to come and lay back with too much free time and didn't have money to take care of myself. So that's why I take as much as the jobs I could get, because it's like I had plans to complete some goals that I have in place that I want to complete. And without I working these extra jobs, I couldn't get the money to do it.
Understand.
Because a normal 9 to 5 could never cover the bills here in this country, and then the bills there in Jamaica waiting for my kids to be fed, to go to school and all that. He never put much to the table because he spent more time relaxing, going to work and do just 8 hours. So at the end of the week, he would do like 40, less than 40 hours, sometimes 35 hours. And then after tax, that little bit of hours, and then after tax, he wouldn't have nothing to come home with. So he didn't put much in. He was more borrowing from me. Oh, the car need to fix, he borrowed. They pound the car twice in a week. They pound the car twice. Once I could remember, they pound the car twice because they caught him. The TLC people caught him running taxi, picking up people, letting off people with the car. So I said, you were supposed to work in. Instead, he leave work regular early and up and down the street running with a car. Then the TLC spot and found out that he was running taxi with the car in the evening time. They pound the car. When they pound your car in New York, you have to pay $1,500 to get back your car. He borrowed money from me. That's how every minute something happened, he comes in to borrow. So it's like, in order for you to get back your car, you have to pay the ticket for 15 hours, $1,500, sorry, to get back your car, unless they're gonna pound it. And when they pound it, you never know, it may end up in the scrap shop because you don't pay for it to get it back at a certain time. So he borrowed money to pay for the car. I lent him. In like a couple of days after he got back the car from the pound, they catch him again before 10 days. They catch him again, like couple of days apart. So it's like, you taking this thing for joke? You don't put down no money for emergency, because I think you know the amount of money that I work. So basically, you want to use me as your piggy bank. Every time something happens, you come, piggy bank. You want a piggy bank to be open to give him something. So it's like, I'm getting real annoyed, because when somebody want to have too much free time, you're not going to have nothing to help yourself when emergency popped up, because you're not working enough to cover yourself. So that's basically what he was doing. He wasn't working enough to make enough money because they want to have too much free time.
So let me
So he
ask you.
lied.
Let me ask you.
Mhm.
At any point, did you start feeling as if, okay, because he knows I'm married to him and I'm going to need some paperwork or stuff like that. Maybe that's why he is trying to reap me as much as he could financially. At any point, did you ever have those thoughts? Before you answer that, let me just thank. I want to say, Ronnie Yearwood, thanks a lot for the super chat. Totally appreciate you contributing. I see where you said you don't want to be pinned, but it's actually not something that is controlled by me. It's not something that is controlled by me. It's actually a YouTube setting. But thanks a lot. I totally appreciate you. Yes, Carla. When did that thought ever cross your mind at any point?
Yes, it crossed my mind. Yes, it did. Because you know why it crossed my mind? It was several times. He keep coming back wanting something. It's always something. If his sister want help and ask him, he coming taking it from me to give it to her. It is always something.
Hold on,
He
hold on, hold
even
on, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. If his sisters want something, he comes to you to get it to give it to them.
yes,
So
yes.
what was your response when things like this happen? What would you say, or was it that you felt like you were obligated to give him things financially?
I used to quarrel about it, you know. I used to quarrel about it because I had my hand full with my family depending on me at the same time. My kids, because I have 3 children. So my hands were full to take care of them. And my responsibilities were for them more than helping his sister or her children. But I think he was also taking me for granted because people will say, "Oh, you're working, so you could find it. You could get it. You could get the resource together because you're doing such amount of jobs." And that's what a lot of people put in their mind. Living here, I realized a lot of people put that in their mind. You go out every day, so when anything to happen, instead of they burst their brain and solve their own problem, they come and knock it on you because they said, "Oh, you're working, so and you're doing how many jobs, so you could put something together and help them." So that was some of the things that I've been going through from him. And any day I used to curse and go on bad and say, "Listen, you take this thing for a ride, you take it for a joke. You're not gonna try." I used to say to him, "You're not gonna try and solve the problem on your own and try to help yourself. Everything you want to come and, oh, mommy, please help me. Something happened. Take the car to the pound. One story. I have to wait 4 months to get the money back. His sisters need help for something. He wanna ask me. If she can't even pay her rent, he wanna ask me to lend. I said, where am I gonna get it from? Because if I lend her, who pay mines? Because you're not paying mines. If I tell you to put your part of the money, something happen, I automatically have to pay it. And since I was the one named on the lease, is me gonna be held accountable for the place? So it was always a story. He even come up and said, "Oh, brother died in another country. He need to help with the funeral." Months down the road, I gave him $1,000 to contribute to the funeral. Months down the road, we here talking on the phone, laughing and carrying on. The same person who he claimed died. I said, "But you just said this person died, right?" I said, "That person just died."
Hold on, Carla, hold on. This is too much now. This is a little bit too much. This is a little bit too much. Hold on. Did you just say this man asked you for money to contribute to?
Very
Wait, no.
funeral.
Hold on. This is a little bit too much. Viewers, are you hearing what's being said over here, sir? I wonder if you are hearing what's being said. The caller just said this man came to her for money to help to bury a family member that he alleged died. And then a while later, it was this very same. What kind of man this is, though, Father God? Somebody tell me, what kind of man is this? the caller go pick up. So before you continue, wait, I need to find out from you. So when you figured out that this person that he said died, that you give him we are talking about 1,000 US, right?
Yeah, $1,000
We are talking about
dollars.
1,000 US viewers. She gave this man, which is her supposed to be her husband, 1,000 US dollars to contribute to this funeral, right? And then a while later, this person, this, I don't mean to laugh, but I have to laugh. And Carla, I probably think you should laugh too. Because when you think about it, this man, him cool. He is really cool when you think about it. Before we move forward, because I know you have a lot more that you want to say, right? But tell me, all right, was there any other situations like that one where you him ask you for something, you gave it to him, and then you found out that it was a lie? Even though I not think him can tap telling a lie, say a family member died though. But give me another scenario, because I'm quite sure there are others more than just that one.
Yes, I remember Halloween night. He didn't come home. So I said which part he was. He said he was coming home on the train for some reason because the Halloween he didn't get nowhere to park. So he leave the car and he was coming down on the train. Oh, some people were being rude and acting on the train. So he didn't want to be in the same cart with them. And he changed cart, walked through the middle of the cart partition, like the subway have some doors where you could change cart. And unfortunately, he was so bad lucky that he go change the cart and walk right into a policeman. So he got ticket. At that time, I never know the price, how much you got a ticket for when you move from one cart to the other while the train was in motion. So it's like it was prohibited. It's against the transportation rules to do that, just for people's safety. So I didn't know how much was the charge. He didn't show me the ticket, but he said he got a ticket. So I said, how much for the ticket? Oh, I didn't even pay attention to how much the police write up on the card, But I'm going to go down to the courthouse and rectify it. He come and said, oh, the ticket is $750 for the court ticket. He don't have that amount of money. So he asked for time to pay it. But I should have asked somebody how much is for the ticket when you do that. I didn't pay attention. He lied again. The ticket was only $75, and he told me $750.
But
he put it 100% more.
But Carla, wait.
Just to lie.
Wait. Why would you even believe that a ticket is $700 and plus and not even query it? Why would you? Is it that you're just like, we just give out money just so? I'm trying to figure out, because if somebody come to me and say, unstoppably, say I get booked and the ticket is $700, I'm going to be like, $700? Why you would do so? Forget a ticket for $700, all right. I will help, but me I go inquire for myself first before I do that. Why you didn't inquire? $700 is not $70,
Right. I never inquire. Most likely, I tell you, I thought because I'm doing so much work, I didn't have time to think about some little things that he come up with. And that is why he keep doing it. And he realized I'm not checking up on him, because I do 2 jobs during the week and another job Saturday and Sunday. That one. So it's like, I think I was just overworking myself, and these little things, I wasn't paying attention to it. Because the little time that I have, I was so tired. It's like I'm out when I drop in the house. So most of the time, I think he take advantage because I'm not looking into details with stuff that he come up with. So because of that, I believe he just add another story to get something else. So one day
All right,
I
let me
was
answer a
list.
comment in the comment section. All right, so sorry to cut you. All right, so Jason, I see you mentioned it a couple times where you said that that's why you should marry for love and not for what you could gain or for what you could get. But that is not what the caller actually said, you know. What the caller said was, Jason, you know, and thanks a lot for your opinion. What the caller actually said was that she made a decision not to pick up somebody that could not assist her to propel forward. Meaning she not go just go in ICS and go pick up one man where you know that was not her mission, even though she kind of still pick up one way actually try to pull her down. But she never said she want to go marry somebody just because she want paperwork. That is not what she said. But she made the decision that she now going to pick up someone who can help her. And that is understandable, Jason. All right. I see Trev Unstoppable is here. Big up yourself, Trev. All right. And Derek C. Williams is in the building. Big up yourself, Derek. And Taz Tizzle, thank you for that contribution. Totally appreciate it. Continue, Carla.
Yes. So where was I? About the job situation. I wasn't paying attention because I was working all these hours. So basically my mind were more busy calculating the work, taking care of my job and answering to my superior. So the little time that I have, I try to get as much rest. So I wasn't paying attention to most of what he asked for. If he asked for something, I would say, okay, I will take care of it. I will take care of it. Or if it's something that kind of heavy, kind of steep, I said, you have to figure this out. I could help you half away, but I'm not going to help you with all of it because you need to buckle up and do stuff for yourself and stop doing that little bit of hours so that you could do more hours and make more money off your own. Or he would say he gonna run taxi so he could make more money off his own. But every time he tried to run taxi, sometime he got lucky, and the next time he's not lucky, then the TLC pull him over, and then his car get pounded. All right. Well, we did married for love anyway, but at the moment, the love were going bad because there is no way you're gonna in a relationship and the person keep asking you for something. It's like even though I'm gonna work and pay my way to get my paperwork, he still need to do what he has to do as a man in the house, and that's what he wasn't doing because he realized he was comfortable allowing me to provide it. All right. So we started the paperwork, the process, and the fill in there need to fill in, and my attorney take it from there with the rest. And then I have an interview set up, which in I don't remember where he went, but he went somewhere and before the interview, and when he get into some problem with somebody and he got arrested. Okay. He got arrested. He spent like 2 days in lockup, and then afterward he he got bail and he were out of lockup. But the period of time he got arrested and come out of lockup, it was like 2 days before my interview, and he was to accompany me to the interview. He realized I now know that he was in jail, and I was kind of upset about this, the reason why he went to jail. And I tell him, he gonna be the death of me because of the things that keep on going on in his life. It's like from taxi, money problem, jail, police problem that he go. I think, oh yes, he punched somebody out there and they call the cops and they lock him up. So he went to jail for that, assault somebody. So I get upset and tell him, why can't he keep out of trouble? For this wasn't necessary for him to go physically with somebody to get into jail. And I started telling him, like swearing what I'm gonna make up my mind to do with myself. And then he said, oh, so you wanna leave at this point in time? You're planning on leaving? I didn't plan on leaving, but the whole other problem that he keeping up in my life, I realize I'm better off without him. Simple, because if I'm doing all that work, I don't need him because I could buy everything for myself and take care of myself. And he was just having too much free time. And when he have too much free time, you don't get no result. He wasn't putting in any result. It's just like half of the time you're wasting, and then now you're sitting at home putting your problems on the table where he wants help. So basically, he said, okay, he just come out of jail and he have to go back to court, and maybe they're gonna sue him, and what it gonna cost him, he's not prepared. So in order for him to come to the interview with me, he needs some money out of me. I said, where am I gonna get money from? This is not a money thing. This is not a business thing. This is a relationship. So where I'm gonna get it from? Oh, I need to figure it out because I'm working enough money where I could help him. He wants $5,000, or else he's not gonna turn up to the interview. So I said $5,000 in cash. I don't have $5,000 just lying around the house right now to give you. So anyway, I that ring a bell. I went to work and I calculate. I said, I have some credit card. I could pull it together, but it's still not gonna cover all that because I have materials and stuff that I already buy with the money from my credit card to add on the house that I was working on at the time in Jamaica, because I was doing construction and building at the same time. So the finance were splitting up, doing a lot of things. I couldn't come up with $5,000 one time out of the blues. So I
I
reached out to my
I
sister.
want to
Go
ask you
ahead.
something. I have to ask you this. I have to ask you this because there has to be a reason why you were so into giving to this man. I asked you earlier if it's that you felt obligated, but is it that a case where you were deeply in love with this man or something?
Yes, I did love him. Yes.
To the point where you would run your pocket dry, your bank account dry for this man?
At the moment, I wouldn't say I'm running it dry now because I have limits. I have limits. I will give what I give and know that I was able to still survive.
Okay, so I have persons here in the chat who are calculating every dollar that you've called off so far. At one point, I saw someone said 4,000 and counting, right? And you just mentioned he wanted another 5,000. So did you give this person that 5,000? Continue from there.
Yes, I gave him the 5,000. I borrowed that $5,000 actually from my sister because I have sister and brother here and they were in good jobs. So basically, I called up my sister at the last minute and I said to my sister, right now, I'm in a little situation. She said, what is it? And I said, my interview is 2 days from now. And I told her, he went and get arrested and they locked him up. And after they locked him up, we realized now that he has a trial gonna continue because the person um may even sue for the damage. So he's kind of holding me now to give him the money just in case he have to be held for that damage. And he's saying that he's not gonna come unless I give it to him. So my sister said, what am I gonna do? I said, I don't know. I just want to give him that $5,000 because this is where the buck stopped. I'm gonna pay him
Could it be
since
a
that's what he demands.
could it be a case where you got married for love, but he was looking at it as a business venture? Could it be that situation? Do you think that's what it was in his mind? Like, hey, you know what? I know she needs some documents. I am able to let that happen. So maybe I could do this and make some money off her. Do you think that's what it was in his head?
One of the time I really think, yes, that's what he had in mind because it was always something pertaining to money. It was always finance problem with him. And I used to shop online a lot, and I would always have packages coming in because most of the packages is stuff that I'm buying for my kids. And I don't have the time to go in the store, so I just shop online. So when boxes and boxes keep coming in from all over the place, Amazon and all them places that I shop, he used to see them strolling through my stuff. I said, open it. You never dare open my stuff. It's not, your name is not on it. Don't open it. So he does say, oh, I love a woman with a big bag. So it's like, at first, I didn't know what that meant. But I have another friend who comes from, what the place? She's from St. Vincent. Very good friend of mine. And we're together friendship for more than 13 years going. And I would say to her, what does it mean? People lyrically says a man would say love a woman with a big bag. Is it? She said, no, that doesn't mean that you have a nice handbag. It means that you have money in the bag. You work, you have money in the bag. That's what he means. And he said, I love a woman with a big bag. Okay. So that's the reason I think we reached this far, because he realized I was independent. I worked very hard. And on top of it, when I got my authorization card to work, I become more independent, working more jobs, more hours. I wasn't a lazy woman, and I didn't sit around. I get with the flow. I do my courses, get certified, and do what I have to do to work my way up. So basically, that's my belief, that even though we were seeing each other, we're doing everything as a couple, he's seeing me as his meal ticket to get what he wants.
Actually, I don't
Because
think
it
he
is,
was. I don't think y'all was doing everything as a couple. You were doing everything as a couple. I don't think he was,
yes,
cause
yeah, that's correct.
yeah, him did allow you to do everything and him just reap the benefits. And now let's
Yes.
flash back to the section where you said before he goes on this interview, him needs some money from you. That's what he said, right?
Mhm. Yes,
So
yes,
so when he said that to you, didn't you feel like at that moment it was a case that hey, this man only want money from me because he know my situation, you know?
yes, yes, that, of course, that comes to mind.
So how did
Yes,
that
it
make
comes
you
to
feel?
mind. It it brings out the anger in me, and then I make a decision right there and then.
What was the decision
Because
that was made?
is my decision is made that he gonna come to the interview. I'm gonna get him to come. And after I get him to come, I need to get him out now, because I'm not gonna be able to have anything anymore
Okay, so
because of,
Island Girl wants me to ask you what it was that attracted you to this man, and I had to ask you that because I think it's a valid question. What attracted you to this man?
well, earlier on in the relationship, I tell you, I didn't have no one. I'm just here sitting with my sister. And at the same time, I was just doing a sleeping job off the book. And I didn't have much friends. So by coming home on the weekends, I would used to do laundry with my sister. So I go to the laundromat, or I go to the grocery and contribute, put food in the apartment and all that. So I just maybe out there vulnerable until I met him, and then we start talking about various things, where what we like, any roots, our roots, what you're looking for, just talking conversation. And at that time, it's like he put himself together real great. And single woman in a foreign country, don't have much people to hang around with. I get to know him as a friend. I start, when I finish work on those weekends, I would, we go movie together, we go to the mall together, we do stuff together to build a friendship. So the more time I spend around him is the more togetherness, closeness it got. So the attraction come built at that time period.
Mm.
Build a relationship. He get to know me, and I get to know him.
Now
It's like,
it would appear that this show is going to have a part two because we are actually out of time. I know the listeners are gonna get upset right now, but it would appear that this show would have to have a part two because you still have a lot more that you have to share, obviously, because you're going to keep going. Um, the thing is, listening to everything that you've said, and I don't want you to disclose the ending yet because I think we're going to have to do a part two to this. So I won't even ask you what the situation is right now. Um, so continue tonight. No, I'm not going over time tonight. Carla, what I'm going to do, let's schedule a part two to this on Friday night. All right. And if is that good time for you?
yeah, okay.
All right, we can continue this on Friday night, a part two to this show because we need to get the ending of this. I will not go into 2 hours tonight, and this sounds like it could go into 4 hours. So Carla, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to allow a few persons to call in the next couple minutes that we have, so you can listen to what the callers have to say. And Friday night we're going to pick up from here. All right.
Sure.
Thank you very much. I will reach out to you tomorrow, and we have a conversation.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so viewers, you can now call in, share your not advice because this is not the end of the story. It will be continued on Friday. So now you can call in and give your opinion, what you think about this situation, what you think about this man. You understand? I want to hear what do you think? You understand? Friday night will be the ending, the grand finale, the finishing. You understand? When we hear what is what. You understand? So the phone line is now open. It is 876-420-3368. Watch you know. The phone is ringing off of the hook already. The phone is ringing off the hook already. Let's go. Watch ya. Me can't even answer. Me tell you say, una run my WhatsApp so red that me can't even. Hey, Lord God. Wait there. My WhatsApp is running so red. I literally got 10 missed calls back a while ago and I can't even answer one. I think we need to go solve this situation, I seriously have to solve this situation. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I know everybody, all right, Carla, I see your missed call. I see it. For some reason, WhatsApp just keeps sending in missed calls but not showing me the actual call. Not sure why. All right. Not sure why it is just showing me missed calls. Susie, unstoppable, me see you talk about go until 11 o'clock, All right. I think I finally get through to one. All right. Good night, Carla.
Hello, good night, Unstoppable,
Listen,
and listeners,
Queen
and to
Rocks,
the
I've
guests.
been trying to
Listen
answer
to
the
me.
phone for the longest, Queen Rocks. But WhatsApp just...
It's okay.
Anyway, yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, Queen Rocks sound like she hot, people.
Yes.
Queen Rocks sound like she hot. Go on.
I know I'm late. I know I'm late to the party, but from the little bit I got, I don't take much. From one immigrant to another, I don't take much. This lady was bamboozled, hoodwinked, literally. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And everything else under the sun. From how it looked to me, this man is a predator. He listened to her story. Now she's saying they develop a friendship. No, ma'am. You develop a friendship with him. You trusted him. You fell in love with him. He set the stage. The man is an actor. Gave him an Emmy, a Grammy, and any kind of other E you want. Okay?
I think that makes sense, I think you make sense.
Right?
I agree with you,
like
Queen Rocks.
Yes, he played on her. He's a master manipulator. He played on her. He knew her situation. He knew she was lonely. He knew she was vulnerable. He knew she worked a lot and all she did was come home and spend money with her sister. He played on her, pretended to be the friend. I mean, it has happened to a lot of us. She's not the first. She's not gonna be the last. Don't feel bad, but the buck has to stop here. because this is a game, and I think she get played enough like ping pong, PlayStation. She get played like every. I don't even know what else to say. But hoodwinked to the 10th power. So
All right.
get out while you can. Go to the interview. Whatever he asking for, if you want to give it to him after, because you could give it to him and he could not go with you for the interview. This happens to a lot of people who not in this country of America or anywhere else. Before you come here, be aware of these types of people and keep your eyes open, because he roped her in. By the time she realized what's going on, she done in deep. She in deep like a maze.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Cartwheel yourself slowly back out, lady. May I beg you?
All right, Queen Rox, big up yourself. But we don't know the situation yet, because Friday we'll hear the ending of, whether she is still in the situation or not. So, we'll find out at that point.
Stevie Wonder could see round this corner. Start cartwheeling it out slowly. Throw back out.
All right, Queen Rox, big up. So far, I
Good
can see
night, everybody.
25 missed calls. Lord God. People are going to crucify
Big up.
Big up, Queen Rox. 25
Right,
missed
look up.
calls. 25 missed calls. Oh, God. All right. Let me see. Let me see who we can get now, because these calls stay coming in. I see where Dr. Mia with a call. I see where Keisha Unstoppable call. I see where a couple people keep calling. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, please work a miracle. Make me get to answer this phone. Queen Dania calling. Tati Unstoppable calling, Lord God. And I can't answer one. Let me see if I can get through to one. Good night, caller. Good night.
Good night. I'm the first time caller.
All right, Tati, good night. We are going to keep it short because the phone will ring off the hook. Where you have to say, Tati? Let's go.
Yeah. All right. First of all, I don't know where you find my family member. Them God knows. Because I don't know related to the lady here. The lady is so like one bank. The lady here take herself with a menu card, and the man just eat and go away. So first of all, everything me say, you got to say red flag, and them come on for phone. So the man ball over flowers for wedding there. What that one Unstoppable? That's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Carry belly to wedding, that's a red flag. Man, I think about jerk chicken and plant. No, nothing about the honeymoon, that's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you one another red flag. One another red flag, him a go talk about him love woman with big bag.
Oi, me accidentally unplugged Tati. Tati, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Drop it up, Tati, quick and fast, because the phone a beep. Me accidentally plug out the phone a while ago. What you say now?
Too much red flag in other relationship. Please, we sum it up all. Let's ask somebody. This man not cool. This man frozen. And honestly, my feel say me and the color your relative when it come on to monetary wise, because me need some money. And the lady I need to wise up. Love is blind, but sometimes love has some loophole you can peep through and realize, yeah, things not really right, yes, sir.
All right, Tati, big up
You
yourself, Zine.
All right, Zine, big up yourself.
Yeah, man. All right, so Tati say that man there not cool, him frozen is what Tati had to say. Carla, good night. How are you? This is the first time I'm seeing your name, your face, or your number, so I'm going to assume this is your first time calling in. How are you tonight?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm great. What do you have to say to tonight's show?
Okay, so my thing is this. There had to be some type of conversation between the two before the marriage, because he would not have went into that relationship with his eyes open that wide.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because
turn down the stream in your background. We can hear the feedback.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so like I said, there had to be some type of agreement or conversation, maybe not a dollar amount, but something had to be said for him to just constantly ask her for money and she give it. And then the kicker is when he told her he needed the $5,000 for the court fee. Come on now, that's like no amount of money you just throw out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my only concern for her. She needs to come with the truth.
So
Period.
do you think, don't you think it could be a case, because she did say while they were getting to know each other, she disclosed information, he disclosed information. Don't you think it could be a case where she probably mentioned that, hey, she's a hardworking woman, and she probably, as you hear him said, she said earlier that the man said, I like a woman with a big bag, right? So obviously he probably figured that, hey, this woman probably have a little bit of change and I can bleed her dry, you know.
Well, okay, no. I mean, yes and no. Because for one, she wasn't working when he met her.
Mm-hmm.
He said she was doing some odd jobs here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden she started working. She's working three jobs,
Mm-hmm.
working 7 days a week. He's at home after his 8-hour shift. So therefore, what do you think he's going to think?
Mm-hmm.
Making money.
Right.
She's not spending. She's making money. Yes, she has some packages coming here and there, but she's not spending all the money that she's working for. She's basically working over 100 hours a week.
Right.
So what is left for him to think? Oh, she has money, so I'm going to get what I can. Instead of them just coming out with a solid amount, okay, I'll marry you for your papers. How much can you give me?
Mm-hmm.
It's just cut and dry.
Right. Okay,
That's
so
basically
so
what-
you're saying that he should have just been straight up with her and say, hey, this is what the situation is, because she said that she went in for love. Obviously, he didn't.
Of course he didn't.
All right, Carla. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned on Friday. Keep tuning on Friday to hear what the ending is. Let's accept another call. Thank you for sharing your views. All right.
Thank you. Good night.
All right. So that caller said that obviously the man went in on a mission. You understand? The guest tonight went in it for love, while the man obviously went in on a mission for reap as much as he could reap. You understand? Now, listen. Dr. Mia, please don't crucify me. I see that you was calling long time, but for some reason I can't. It's like too much people are calling at the same time, so it's so hard to accept one. All right, so don't crucify me. All right, what do you have to say,
Okay.
Mia?
Well, let me just say this. We women need to find the men, or let the men find us who are responsible and mature. I don't know if it's a desperation for women nowadays where they seem to just take up a man and the man them take up them to learn to analyze certain things before them go into it. They just jump into it and then they keep seeing the red flags like what Tati said and they keep pressing on. How can you give $9,000? I'm sure the store not done more than that worth of money and nothing has been brought to the table. Man, let me tell you, man, me tired to tell people every time I call or I'm on my live, I live on my own and I do have somebody. And if you cannot bring something to the table that is worth working for or living for in our relationship, I am not doing it. I really don't believe in 50-50, but we have to understand that once a man is responsible and he's trying and he's doing his best, you can work with that. But no, take up no man where you go mine. What are you talking about? Mind which one of the man that and he's look here. Get up. These men need to get up, be responsible, get a damn job, and stop acting like they're crazy. And these women need to get, as Tati said, they need to get them senses intact. I'm so sick and tired of listening to all these nonsense men giving women money. Come on, man. You're not buying love. You're not paying for it. It's free. It's priceless. Dang. All right, I'm done.
All right, Dr. Mia, thank you very much. All right, so I see where Susie Unstoppable says that, yo, the caller should have just find a man and just spend a couple dollars. It would have probably been cheaper, you know. And I'm inclined to kind of agree with Susie Unstoppable. You know, that the caller should probably just find a man and just spend one couple dollars and just say, all right, this is the situation, let's get this done. Instead of going in it for love, because it actually costs her more because she actually went in for love. All right, Queen Dania, please turn down the streaming at the background for me now, please, and thank you.
What's up?
I'm good. What's going on with you?
Hey, everyone. Nothing. Me there I go and call out and I listen to the live. Interesting. But you see more why when we are immigrant, well no we. More when we females are immigrant, sometimes we go through some things where we feel that we can do better. So we sit down with the foolishness and we take the foolishness where people give it because we feel that that's the only options we have. I feel like this caller, because she's working all this job and she working all of this job. She had worked 3 jobs and know the amount of money where she make because I'm a calculator her money, I kid you not, he is calculating how much money she is getting. And because she might calculate, he might use fear instead of using his.
Right.
And like someone calling and said before, he got into that relationship for what she got or what she's having, and she got into the relationship for love. They told him never get into the relationship for the same reason. So him gonna continue use until him not have nothing else to get. And she's going to continue giving because she feel as though the fact that she want the paperwork, and she feel as though she already married to the person, she already did this, she already that. She gonna continue do it, she gonna continue give, she gonna continue do everything until she get what she want. Cause it don't make no sense you're married to somebody, have to go divorce and get married to somebody else just
that
to get
really
what you
doesn't
want.
make any sense.
It don't make no sense at all. So she gonna continue give and she not gonna stop give. Cause at one point when she said, oh, the man said before him go do the interview, oh boom, she have to give him 5G. Give you 5G for what?
Exactly.
So now you're blackmailing me.
And the thing is, to persons who are saying, well, she's in it and she's staying in it for the paperwork. Of course, she's going to stay in it for the paperwork, because at the end of the day, like Dania just said, if she's already in, why left and say, yeah, sure, to hell with that, right? She's already in, and I can understand that. She went in for love. Obviously, this other person went in for some other reason, right? So if she figure out that this is what the situation is at this point, there is no turning back. She's already in head on.
There is none at all. She already in there, and then the fact that she even said to him, help her out and also her kids. He might go keep on and extort her until all that paperwork come true, and until if the moment she stop give is the moment him go sugar up. Because I blackmail at this point, I blackmail her, At this point, if you tell me say me have to give you 5G before you come after me interview, I blackmail me. But I feel as though she already said she gave him the 5Gs. I feel as though she should have said I give you half now, and then after the interview she give him the other half. Cause why if him don't show up at the interview?
Why?
You understand? Some man is just wicked, and sometimes we as women, we feel as though we not deserve better and we can't get better. But like I said, it don't make no sense. She left the relationship there, divorce him, and go there with somebody else. Do somebody else what she got there probably worth or probably better, she will never know. But me feel so she will just continue with the paperwork with him. And then afterwards, just do what she have to do. But at the man, they use your miss. It might use your left, right, and center.
All right, Queen.
All right, good night, everybody.
Big up yourself. Big up.
Yeah, man.
All right, so people, that was Queen Dania right there. You can check her out. She goes live as well. She have a nice, awesome show as well right here on YouTube. Her name is in the comment section, and you can click on Queen Dania and show her some support, as well as Dr. Mia too. Dr. Mia was, on the phone line earlier. You don't know that already. Short and spicy. Well, go on, let's keep it short. Do short and spicy. See? You know your name. You know your name represent already. Short and spicy. Let's go.
I'm going to try. All right. Good night, everyone. Okay. My view is this. This woman went into a relationship and thought that she knew enough about someone and that this person was going to help her, assist her in what she was looking forward to, which is getting her papers or green card. No one is talking about the fact that this woman made sacrifices. She has children in Jamaica, and no one, if you don't have children and do not know how to sustain a relationship, you cannot speak on someone who has responsibilities and are thinking of the further goals that they have in mind.
Valid point.
Okay?
Valid.
And nobody is perfect. No one is perfect. People have their differences and people could change also. So for anyone who's thinking a relationship is easy, please try to sustain a relationship for a period of time and see if it's easy. If you're running out of relationship from one to the other, you are not going to know what it is to sacrifice anything. And this lady was trying to sacrifice knowing that it's money, and she's looking for the supernatural thing that she's not seeing right in front of her. It's called faith. Even though he's using her and she knows what's going on, until she reached her limit where she's like, okay, enough is enough, she was willing to do whatever because she's looking to get her kids from Jamaica, so she not have to send down a bowl for barrel. Later.
Short and spicy, yeah. You keep it short, and it was really spicy. You talk up a whole heap of facts in a little couple seconds, so you talk a while ago. Come on from my phone, yeah. Go on about your business. You go on like you know. Go on about your business. Come on. That was short and spicy right there, and she made a lot of sense in what she said a while ago. You understand? So none of us here can really, say, well, the caller do it for this or she do it for that. Or if it, you understand what I say? At the end of the day, none of us knows her situation unless we are in her shoes. And none of we can't be in her shoes. You understand? So, yeah, I agree with what Short and Spicy said a while ago. All right? Totally agree with what Short and Spicy said. All right. Now, I am going to take one last call. One last call, caller. You are the lucky last caller, so we're going to keep it short. Okay, what do you have to say? Good night.
Oh my God, this is Colleen Heinley.
Colleen, thank you for calling, and I'm glad you accepted.
Sure, this is my first time calling in. What I want to say is that someone had mentioned that, being an immigrant, you go through stuff like that. It is being an immigrant, when you're an immigrant and you do not have your paperwork, that is when you go through stuff like that. Because you're trying to find the best route to take in order to get your papers and get yourself sorted out. Now, the lady had mentioned that she's, after she goes to the interview and whatever, she's thinking of a way to get him out. I know it's not going to be easy because he's not going to want to leave. So, I just can't wait until Friday to hear the rest of it.
I can't wait until Friday myself.
And that's my 2 cents.
All right,
so I'll have
Colleen,
a good night.
Thanks a lot for sharing. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, peeps. So that right there was Colleen, and that's what Colleen had to say. Now that's the last call I'm going to accept. So nobody know what I call again. Please, thanks. All right, the rest you can call in Friday. All right. Now wait there. All right, hold on. All right. Yes. So that's the last call right there. I'll go put the phone on silent so that me not even get interrupted anymore. Now, tonight's show is a very interesting one. And I want to say thanks to the caller for sharing with us tonight. It is very informative, right? And I'm quite sure a lot of persons here who are listening right now, I want him to just not accept no more call and people still ring off the phone after the hooking a tanga. I'm going to put it on silent. Like I said, I'm quite sure there are a lot of persons here who are probably even in a similar situation like this right now and sitting there looking at themselves like, yo, I see him kind of situation me in, And it doesn't have to be male or female. It can be happening to anyone. You understand? It can be happening to any person right here, right now. All right, listen. Tune in Friday night because this will be a continuation. We want to hear the grand finale. We want to hear how it all ends. We want to hear what her final decision was or what her final decision will be. All right. Now, before I leave, I want to say thanks again to all the persons who contributed to the show tonight. And I have the names here. Sophia James, thank you once again for your super chat contribution. And Colleen Heinley, that is who just called a while ago. Thank you, Colleen. TR, thank you, my brother, for the super chat contribution. Derek C. Williams, people who can check out Derek C. Williams. He's a content creator as well, and he's showing the support to us, so we have to show the support this as well. Lisa Unstoppable, thank you very much. Darlene Riley, thank you for your contribution to the show tonight. And Ronnie Yearwood, thank you very much for a very generous contribution, as a matter of fact. You understand? Thank you very much. And the name your boy, me not gonna tell a lie, me can't pronounce it, but it's Nkrumah or Nkrumah Unstoppable. Big up yourself, you know yourself. It's Nkruma. How do you pronounce that, people? Somebody tell me. Somebody break it down in a syllables to me. Help me. Melissa Milburn, thank you for your contribution. And Taz Tizzle, thank you very much for your contribution. Now, I saw where Melva had commented earlier, and Melva said, this is not my first time watching, but it's actually my very first time commenting. So thank you very much for commenting for the very first time, Melva. And I know there are a lot of persons who listen but do not actually comment. I want you to all start participating in the comment section. Let's interact with each other, interact with all the other viewers so that you can feel more welcomed. You understand? Because I know you're just listening and listening and listening and you still feel like you're a part of the family. But when you actually start to participate and you see True Love, let's start big you up, and you see Jason Buchanan start for big you up, and SF Rose I say welcome, and Dr. Mia I say welcome, then you will actually feel like more of a part of the family. You understand?